the Monday show, which is an idea that just came to fruition this afternoon. So let's see how it goes. I don't know how to do that fancy thing Chad does with the intro logo, the video.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really cool.
It's like THX. It's like
This is the THX imitation show. No, so basically what the idea I had was that, we've been referring to this show off and on as the Monday show because it doesn't really have an identity yet, because we keep being ADD and changing our minds as to what we're doing on this show. So I said, why don't we just embrace that and actually do that and just say, okay, we're going to have a focus each week, but it might not be the same as last week. So if we feel like reviewing a book and recapping it, we can do that. If we feel like doing something like this, which, by the way, we're doing another 90s night today. I said, like, if we want to do, like, trying to stump each other with trivia questions, like, we can do anything we want. But as long as we have a predetermined focus coming into the episode, I don't want it to be just another off-the-rails style show because we already got one of those on Fridays. So we'll see how it goes, and if it's a disaster, we'll Monday show it up and come up with another plan. But
you can name them like was it the Friends episode, or we could be like the 90s one.
The one with the 90s.
Yeah.
The one with the trivia.
The gang shows off 90s comics.
Yeah, it's all sunny. So without further ado, why don't we jump right into what we're talking about tonight?
Yeah.
Did you guys read and pick out a 90s book?
I did, but it was like 3 weeks ago, so it's not fresh in my memory, but I have it on me.
Well, it's fresher than if you had read it in the 90s.
Yeah, true. That's right.
Would you like to go first so it doesn't fade anymore?
Sure. Okay. I got Amazing Spider-Man versus Powdered Toast Man.
Oh,
Ren Stimpy show, dude.
Oh, bro.
Dude.
Fun
fact.
Such a big Ren Stimpy fan.
Oh, me too, man. This is probably the 4th or 5th comic I ever owned. But this is fun little fact about this one is this is Dan Slott's first time writing Spider-Man.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Key book.
Yeah,
key book.
Totally. I guess so. Yeah, totally weird, man. Dude, he's got an advertisement for cop and a half. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it starts off. I guess they want some powdered toast, but then nothing comes out of their box, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, well, Powdered Toast Man's not here, but I'm Spider-Man, and I can help you out." And so he hooks him up, and he gives him some kind of web covered toast instead of powdered toast.
Doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, so it's pretty gross, and you see him making gross faces, and then they're pretty much yeah, I love it, because that's her style. It's ew, it's so stringy and squishy, sticky and gooey, just how I like it. Yeah, and then I guess apparently Powdered Toast Man is going on some kind of rampage in the city, and he's I guess being controlled by this thing's all puns. There's so many puns. Man, I don't know his. Yeah, man, I wish I had his name.
Yeah, he's a bit of an anti-hero, Powdered Toast Man.
Right? He's a wild card.
He does fart on your cereal.
Yeah.
Published that book.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is that Marvel? Did Marvel publish Ren Stimpy?
Yeah, it's Marvel Comics. It's funny because I had this Dazzler, I think it is the Dazzler comic on me, but it's the last one. It says, because you demanded it. And then this one at the top says, because no one demanded it. That's kind of fun. Has a cool advertisement for the Secret Defenders over here as well. It's pretty BA 90s goodness.
Well, Nomad action.
Yeah, so I guess this one guy, man, I wish I knew his name. It's this villain. He looks like a donut, kind of. But he's controlling Powdered Toast Man. He's under his control, and there's a bunch of fart jokes and burp jokes and all that stuff. And then I guess Powdered Toast Man.
Just gonna glaze over the fart jokes, man.
Well, I wish I had there's so many words, but I wish I had ones picked out like I did 3 weeks ago. There's no way I can read it all on the spot. That wouldn't be very fun for anyone. But Spider-Man pretty much beats him, and then Powdered Toast Man kind of does a cheap shot and does a snot rocket all over him, and solidifies, and he's kind of just gets stuck in it. So kind of he gets the upper hand. And then of course, Spider-Man always gets like that courage from within to overcome. So he's like, all right, he's like, well, like can't let people down that count on me. So he's like, all right, people like my sweet Aunt May. He's like thinks of like Aunt May, and he's like, oh yeah, Mary Jane down at the bottom. And then he's like, or Stan, my boy partner, which is like Stan Lee. It keeps getting like really weird. Like there's like some like Grateful Dead joke. There's like a bunch of Grateful Dead bears there for some reason. Yeah, it gets really weird. Like Mr. Dinkle looks like it's from like some old TV show. I don't know, man. Yeah, so a bunch of Dan Slott jokes at the time, which is definitely would not find that funny. And then I guess he finds a milk truck and squirts Power Toast Man, and he breaks a spell. And then I guess like the donut guy starts attacking Spider-Man, and then Power Toast Man beats up the donut guy, regains control. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, they apprehend that dude and call it a day. But then it has a nice little like bonus like comic at the end, and it's Ren and Stimpy wanting to be superheroes also. So you have a Ren Punisher and a Stimpy Wolverine there. It's pretty cool. Nice. They call themselves man. Sorry, my dogs are barking, going nuts. So I guess, yeah, Stimpy calls himself Catboy, and then he spits out fur balls. And then Ren calls himself the Pupillator, and like he shoots him with his eyeballs, which is really gross. So, and then Spider-Man gets really sick and throws up.
Well, yeah, I would hope.
Oh yeah, and then they have one last battle. Ask Dr. Stupid, who's stronger, and it's pretty much who smells the worst. And I think it was Spider-Man that smelled the worst.
Well, he's in that suit all day, sweating it up. You can't smell good at all.
One last thing. The newsletter at the end is Ask Dr. Stupid. If you remember that little segment from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
But they have some pretty fun ones in here. Shoot. Sorry. Maybe I'll come back to these later after you guys are done, and we'll see. We'll have some Dr. Stupid at the end. I know there was like one or two that were worth it, but I can't read them all over right now. You know what I mean? So I'll peep them out and get back to you on that.
You could. This is the Monday show. Anything goes. Anything goes.
All right.
What? Tell us about your record and your shirt today.
Yeah, the record is Vastum, their new album or official Purge. I'm the first person in the world to own this album.
Excuse us.
my new job I started recently is I work for 20 Buck Spin, which is my favorite record label, but they happened to move to Pittsburgh last year. So my friend works there, and then she like had to get like a different job. I guess like with health insurance and things like that. I already get health insurance to my wife, so it's fine for me, but not so good for her. And she needed to get something that was better and more reliable. And I was like, well, like, she's like, you want to do my job? You're the only person I can think of that can handle it and do it. I was like, yeah, okay. So like, I'm the only person that works at 20 Buck Spin besides the owner. So the whole entire record label is like on my shoulders, which is pretty nuts to think about, like all like the cool releases they put out and stuff. You figure it'd be like a bigger operation. But yeah, so I've been packaging records nonstop, dude. Like last Saturday, I think I packaged like 120 records and like CDs and 7-inches. And then this shirt is Tomb Molds, and it's made by our buddy Pyre Press, and he has a nice like shop downstairs, and it's a really cool, like pretty impressed place. But it's like he has exclusive designs for the bands and stuff. But yeah, it's fun little sleeves on this side, thing little on this side. But yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, so.
I mean, that was all mostly selfish because I'm really into metal, so I just wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
Before we get into our next book, I want to shout out the chat because some people have come in and joined us. Awesome. Comic Man Andy's here off the bat. What's up, man? Big O is here. DS Comics, what's up, brother? Ben Compton, Ryan Gomer, Aggressively Relaxing, Chris Barrett, Bear Island Comics, what's up? Hack 79, Nobody No One, and that's the crew so far. Thank you all for joining us on this new Monday show. So Jason had Ren and Stimpy. What number was that?
Number 6.
Number 6, Spider-Man versus Powder Toast Man.
I did not.
First Dan Slott Spider-Man.
Didn't know that crossover happened. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
We need to make that like the next hype book.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get your Ren and Stimpy's now.
Here's one. Dear Dr. Stupid, what exactly does the Tooth Fairy do with the teeth that she takes from me? He says, well, Tim, she's slowly building another you. Once she's got all your teeth, she'll be back for your eyes.
Oh, jeez.
Such a great thing to like answer kids with. But yeah. There's like one or two other good ones, but like I'm sorry, I can't read them all. There's so many. Some are like really long. But yeah, fun stuff, fun comic. First Dan Slott Spider-Man. So go and get that
Very
spec
cool.
book.
It's a key spec.
Yeah.
Key spec.
Gotta love that spec. It was that kid's book spec. You want to go next, Kenny? You want me to jump in?
Yeah, I'll go there. Let's see. Got this book here. Win a little Batman annual on you.
Ooh,
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't. If you don't, I love it because it's the best.
I
You
suspect
feel some type of way. Yeah.
I feel some type of way, and that's very positively.
Yeah. I definitely got the feels for the Batman animated series. I'm pretty sure this series like cemented my huge fandom for Batman because they nailed the characters.
Every single one of them.
Yep, front to back, the tone of what Batman should be, like perfect. And for a cartoon that was like geared towards like a younger kid audience,
It was fairly mature.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Gargoyles. Like that's its own thing, so it's hard to say like, well, they nailed the characters because they made up the characters, but it still had that like a little bit more mature storytelling, not like adult in any way, but it was just very I don't know, it was mature. It was just like more intentional than other shows.
It gave a little more credit to the viewer than some of your more basic cartoons.
My mom would not let me watch Gargoyles as a kid.
Wow,
Yeah, she's
really?
like super Christian lady, and it wasn't happening. I tried to sneak it in. I think I watched 1 or 2 episodes, but I didn't quite understand. It was like too late into the season, I guess. So I was like, I don't know.
It
what's
was
happening.
definitely like at a point it became like a very continuous story.
But I'm definitely looking forward to watching it once Disney Plus, that kicks in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
it's great. Yeah,
I forget his name too, but the guy that voices Goliath is just all time. But
anyway,
not only did Batman Adventures kill it animated series wise, this is probably one of the best annual issues that I've read because like there's a bunch of different stories in it as you would expect in an annual, but there's like a continuous theme throughout the whole book because it opens up with Roxy Rocket, who I don't think we see enough of.
Right, I agree.
And was she created by the
also don't see enough Stridex ads.
Yeah.
I think she might be an original creation from this cartoon.
I think so too. Like I think we saw her in like 1 episode or 2 episodes in the animated series.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a little intro of her getting apprehended. It's like 2 pages of her on a run getting apprehended, and you got Batman and Alfred chilling in the Batcave, and they're discussing, and they're seeing that was a flashback to when she got apprehended. And on the news, they're watching her getting released on parole, and they start the discussion of what's her chances of actually going straight. And he's like, well, not many of Arkham's finest go on to kind of fix their lives. And that's the theme throughout it's all like the Rogues Gallery's attempts at going straight and failing. So the first story is by far my favorite one. It's about the ventriloquist and Scarface, underrated Batman villain. We see we're on like the set of a children's show, almost like a little, what's her name with Lamb Chop?
Yeah,
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah,
man, I used to love Lamb Chop.
But there's that boy ventriloquist, and he's trying to go straight, and he's about that puppeteer life. So he's puppeteering a little frog, and he's living his best life. He's like friends with, he has that same kind of relationship with the frog puppet as he did.
He's living his truth.
Yeah, so he's still doing his thing, having a relationship with the frog, but it's a positive one, The frog is like so nice.
He's like, you should eat better and have a good diet and jog and.
Yeah, look on this. Like for example, because the ladies they said they're going to cancel her show, so she's she's upset about it. And in this panel, so he goes to like see if he can talk to her, and she kicks him out. She's kind of mean, and then. In this panel, he asked the frog, was it something I said? And the frog says, she's just stressed. Let's have lunch, my treat. It's a great line from a puppet that you're controlling. But then she does her homework and finds out that he, used to be in Arkham and Scarface. And this manipulative little bee, man, went and had the prop department make a new
no.
Damn. So she could manipulate him to get revenge on the producer that cut her, And, sure enough, Scarface
falls back into the trap.
Dang.
It's just like
trying to better himself. That's terrible.
Yeah. And like
dark twist of
who's really the bad guy there? Who's really
that
the
lady
villain?
For sure.
Right. That's why, dude, ventriloquist is fascinating. Like when they like when Scarface, he's like trying to resist, like, no. She goes, she puts him out, she goes, no, don't, he's gonna see me. Don't let him see me. When he gets his fist in there and like Scarface starts beating him up and the whole thing.
What is Chris Barrett talking about? Is this a real thing?
I don't know, man. I wish I was high so I could like understand it.
So he's saying that there's a video that exists of Joker doing Old Dirty Bastard's lines in the rap video for Protect Your Neck.
Damn.
See, like, I don't know. In like my college years, around that time period, I used to like bump gangster rap and watch cartoons on mute while like I smoked out, and sometimes it would match up, and I just laugh hysterically. So maybe it was something like that. I don't know.
Bear says, Bear, I think it was just a really weird dream you had, buddy.
Because he doesn't specify, he just says, I think of a video of Protect Your Neck. Do you just think of a video? Or
I'm going to look it up.
An actual video that's real?
There you go, Chris.
Very fitting to our ventriloquist things. What's real and what's not in Chris's head now.
No, it is actually a video on YouTube.
Give me that link, player.
It says Wu-Tang Clan Protect Your Neck cartoon mashup. So it looks like a bunch of different cartoon characters doing the lyrics. So they probably like took like spliced up words from different clips to make them sing the songs. I'm guessing. I'm not going to play it on here, but I'm definitely going to watch it as soon as we're done.
Awesome.
Yeah. I need to hear Joker doing the shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, y'all. For sure. So the ventriloquist thing ends, Harley Quinn gets like a 4-page thing. They keep it real quick. She just gets out and messes up. Nothing really to see here. But then another great story of our boy Scarecrow, who gets out. He breaks out of Arkham, forges some documents so he can teach at a university, and he's just doing his thing. It also, in tandem, is showing him torturing this guy. See how he's got rats on this dude?
Oh, damn.
So it looks like he's up to his old tricks again, and he technically is. Like he's trying to fear toxin this guy. But you find out it's because he became enamored with a student, as a professor. And one night she comes to him and she's like, "This other professor came on to me and struck me, this and that." So he wasn't trying to terrorize the city. He was actually just trying to Scarecrow was way ahead of the Me Too movement. Yeah, he was correcting those injustices, hitting him with the fear toxin. I mean, Batman still rolls up and gives him a knuckle sandwich regardless, but, I felt like he didn't stray that bad. You get this.
Jason, is the mixed media referring to gangster rap and cartoons, or cartoons
Yes.
and weed?
Those three things together, yeah.
All three.
Yeah,
all three
you have
equal
to
parts.
smoke, and then you have to put the cartoon on mute, and you have to bump up the gangster rap, and then you'll be surprised how many things sync up like Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And then when it does, you just like, wow, you just laugh hysterically because it's like a once in a lifetime thing. You're like, I can never replicate that, what I just saw and experienced.
Because you take out the weed, and then all of a sudden it's not a thing anymore.
Not as good, yeah.
The older cartoons, their mouths didn't really articulate that.
Yeah, totally. And they'll make a gesture. He's like the song lyrics like, and he's going over here. You're like, he moves over here. You're like, oh man, he did what he said. You know.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, you'll end up like
You'll end up like us.
Yeah. Stay in school.
Could be worse. This is a cool Catwoman panel.
Love Catwoman.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Bruce Timm does the art on some of the stories. I think Bruce Timm does the ventriloquist one. And again, like I said, a well-executed annual, because the last story brings back Roxy Rocket and a Catwoman.
Like a bookend.
And it turns out that she was actually trying to like stop a criminal. So it panned out, and she was like, you know what? You did all right. Batman let her off the hook. She takes off on a rocket, which is pretty cool. Chick driving a rocket like that. Actually, I lied. It didn't end on her. It ends on a Joker story. And it's not so much him trying to, like, the whole theme is everyone trying to go straight. And when I first started reading it, I was like, I wonder how they're going to play this. And he doesn't really try to go straight. It's more of like, it looks like it might be a wholesome thing. Like he goes into the donut shop. See how he puts the donuts on his eyes.
Yeah, he's just joking around, being a real goofball.
Yeah, he's just joshing around with this guy at the donut shop, and he's making it sound kind of innocent, like he just wants a snack. And when he pays him, the money was laced with Joker toxin.
Oh no, weak.
Oh, boy, that's a great
classic move.
Yeah,
classic move. With the donuts on his eyes.
Yep, donuts on his eyes, Jokered out, and and it pretty much ends with the Rogues Gallery, as much as they try, it's on a loop there.
They are all insane.
And
nice weird science. Yeah.
The TV show adaptation on the USA Network.
I used to watch that show.
Me too.
I'm a weird science fan.
So your mom would let you watch that, but not Gargoyles?
Oh, she did not know.
Well, she does now.
Yeah.
I thought she was. This might be unpopular opinion, but TV show. What's her name?
Is it Vanessa?
I think it is.
I don't remember.
Lisa.
Lisa. I think you're right. Yeah.
TV show Lisa to me was hotter than movie Lisa.
Yeah. I don't know, but it was a different time period, I guess. But yeah, I think you're right.
Movie Lisa was very hot, but she had very frizzy 80s hair. I think if you took that down a little, be a competition.
Like a Mediterranean Lisa, the TV version, which I respect.
Yeah, she had some.
She was also great in Kingpin.
Little olive skinned. Yeah.
The one thing
she got punched in the boob.
These two jabronis are nowhere near the original Gary and Wyatt.
No way, man.
Agree.
No,
well, they couldn't make everything better.
Yeah, she carried the show on her shoulders, man.
A missile in my house, Gary. So many quotables.
Did they have the brother in there? Like, Chad, or I think he turned into a big old turd.
The original Chad.
Yeah, that'd be cool to get to Bill Paxton.
Great Bill Paxton role. Yeah, man. So that's my my summary there of Batman Annual 1.
Dude, the art was really good in that, man.
Yeah, it's so clean the whole way through.
Who does the rest of the art besides Bruce Timm?
It switches up, so it's like Bruce Timm, because as you can imagine with the different stories, Klaus Johnson did the Scarecrow story.
Nice.
Bruce Timm did the Harley Quinn story.
Naturally.
Yeah. And lastly, the Joker story. Paul Dini wrote it. Very nice.
Nice.
Oh, bro, my mind just got blown. The Joker story, animated series style, penciled by John Byrne, brother.
No,
No
wow.
kidding.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's awesome. That's a crazy good staff.
Yeah, this book's quality, man.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any cooler.
Yeah, seriously. Good thing you had me check the artist because I would have never known. Paul Dini, John Byrne collab.
Boom.
That's top notch.
Yeah.
New spec book.
Yeah,
we're
we can bring all the spec books tonight. You never know what you're gonna get on the Monday show. All right. Well, I'm not gonna win this week because I picked one of my favorite books from the 90s, which after rereading it is no longer one of my favorite books.
Oh no.
Gen 13 number 1. This thing's a turd, man. I was really surprised. I loved this, and maybe it gets better because this is the first issue of the miniseries. Campbell didn't really know how to draw yet, and Jim Lee co-wrote it, which I think Brandon Choi took over writing duties for the main series by himself, if I remember correctly. First of all, pretty violent. This lady straight up gets shot through the stomach.
Oh, jeez.
The art looks nice on that page.
I mean, it's fine. It's super 90s. There's a lot of narrative word bubbles that just carry the story because they don't feel it says as her sophomore year of college comes to an end, Caitlin Fairchild makes her way across the quad while contemplating her future. An intelligent young woman, she expects to maintain her 4.0 grade point average and graduate with her advanced degree in computer science next year. You just don't want to be bothered to convey that with the story. You're just let's just get out. But it does that a lot. One thing that really bothers me for some reason, her name is Caitlin with a C, but people call her Cat with a K.
No.
Not having it.
And hold on, I'm gonna make myself big for 1 second. People give Rob Liefeld a lot of crap for not being able to draw feet. What is going on with those feet?
What are those? Are they hooves? Are those hooves? Oh
No.
my god.
Look how large the clock is in the back.
Those have got to be hooves. Oh my god.
It's insanity.
What is that?
Wow, those look like hooves.
Let you take that in.
Just the legs in general. I thought it was like a funhouse mirror scene.
That's crazy.
That's her very sexy roommate who's juggling multiple dudes, who doesn't come back in the story. So the only purpose of her is to show that Caitlin is a total nerd, but we get that from the glasses.
Right. And the books.
Yeah, you don't need to know that she's not very popular with the gentlemen. But at the same time, she okay, so let me start over. I'm going to actually recap this instead of just criticizing it. It starts in 1979 with this family running away from these space cops who shoot the mom, like I showed you. And then the dad has some sort of powers where he, I don't know why, didn't do this at the beginning, but blows up the ship with his eyes. And then the dad also gets shot, leaving the two children alone, but you don't really see what happens to them. It's just the dad gets shot and the kids, come on, stupid StreamYard. Can't really use this. Anyway, then it cuts to 1994 with Caitlin Fairchild in college, as we said, with her promiscuous roommate. These very trustworthy-looking gentlemen here.
Yeah, the skull.
Oh yeah, that guy he's that guy. But these gentlemen down here come to offer her a job in the middle of the night, and she's just like, "Oh, sure, let's go do that."
Those look like the three guys from the train on the Joker movie.
Then we have this whole like long, very boring setup conversation with that guy with the scars on his face and this sultry smoking lady.
Oh yeah.
Again, like really weird page with him just like standing there for no reason. I don't know what's going on with that. The storytelling of these, like visual storytelling, is not up to snuff yet. And then we see this guy sparring with 3 other people, and then he gets insulted and straight up blows the guy's head up with his superpowers. And then there's some light suggestive incest, which I was very surprised about, where that's his sister.
She is
and
brother.
You got a Scarlet Witch thing going on, huh?
She says, so how about taking on someone a little bit more challenging, like me, for instance? I mean, who knows what we might find getting into each other's heads. Just maybe we're not brother and sister after all. And he says, get your mind out of the gutter, Nicole. I'm not one of your Chippendale boy toys.
Oh, she was wow.
A weird flex. So then Caitlin arrives at this facility for her internship.
Is this a Brazzers comic?
It might be. Where she's like in this bunker, and then we get introduced to grunge. Very
appropriate name for the age.
Yeah,
grunge.
There you go. There he's running. And again, like, look at the eyeballs of Caitlin on this panel. And the square one that I can't sort. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some weird ass eyes. Anyway, and we get introduced to Roxy and Bobby, the other 2 characters who are main characters of the series, who Bobby, I don't think, says one line the whole issue. Like, for the amount of words and pages in this book, basically nothing happens. Like, Caitlin gets to this facility, they start training them, they're trying to get them to show this, like, Gen whatever gene. There's this very cool poster by Jim Lee, though, in the middle of the book.
Nice.
That's cool.
Which, like, is a stark contrast to how bad J. Scott Campbell was in this issue. You're like, oh, these characters definitely look cool. And then you turn the page and you're like, oh, they look weird. We then get back to Little Miss Incest, who's flirting with her brother again. Caitlin wakes up in the middle of the night, gets sick, and tries to find the infirmary, and runs into. We get this little hint of the fact that she suddenly has super strength because she crushes the metal door with her hands when she's going through it. Grunge and Roxy are making out in the ducts and scare her. And then this security guy shows up and starts beating the hell out of them because they're in a restricted area. And then Caitlin gains her powers suddenly. And then the book turns sideways and we see a practically naked Caitlin Fairchild. And that's how the book ends. It's just like, find out what happens in 30 days. That's what it says. To be continued in 30 days. So I remember this book getting better than that. But I don't think this is going to win this week because I was underwhelmed with Gen 13 number 1.
Seems like a wild story.
It is super, super 90s.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, some of that art was pretty rough, man.
Yeah, those feet are.
Those hooves.
I gotta dig out my copy of the regular series number 1 to see how much he improved in between that time. Because I remember like really liking the art for this book when I was a kid. And
Yeah,
I feel like I know I was a dumb kid, but like I feel like I had better taste than hooves.
it looked decent, you know. I mean, some parts of it looked bad now you pointed it out, but like from afar, it looks fine, you know. I'm
If
sure
you're
like
like
a fresh
flipping
pair of
through, you're
eyes,
like,
you know.
if you're flipping
Yeah.
through, you're like, okay, this seems okay, but yeah, when you start really looking at it, you're like, oh, yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Comic Man 86 is gonna pull it out and read it now. Let me know if I've undersold it, like I tend to do.
What's up, TJ and Bake the Snake and Pocan Joe? Thanks for joining.
Did I miss something? Did I say something about that?
No,
was it something?
You should go back a couple of comments ago of TJ Slapjack, and he came in hot, man.
This is time of Columbus Day. Columbus Day sale.
Oh,
it took me a second.
Yeah. That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Bub's Comics also coming in hot, saying we look like
Bub.
3 stages of beard growth. Well done.
Going this way. No, wait, this way.
That way. Yeah, that way.
We're never gonna get that right on stream.
StreamYard. We got it. Let's just all do this for a while. We're conducting. That's really freaking me out because it's going the opposite. Oh, that's making me seasick. So, everyone want to make one final pitch for your story for the week?
I think we should do like best cover, best art, best story, and like everyone in the chat can vote.
Sounds great.
One by one. You want to do that?
Best hooves, I win.
Best hooves, you win for show.
All right. So best cover first, because that'll be easy to solve.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That.
So we got. I mean, I do have a half-naked lady on mine. So
True.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna vote for Kenny's, honestly.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean,
this cover is like super nostalgic for me. So regardless of my feelings of the art not being as good as I remember and the story being much worse than I remember, I still really like this cover because it's just. But anyway, go ahead and vote. Vote Gen 13, Batman, or Ren and Stimpy.
best cover. I mean, I would, if I was personally voting, I would say, I'd probably say cover, Jason, story.
Think so?
I think so. Yeah, cover, Jason, story, Batman. What was the third one? Art inside.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say was cover, story, and what was the third one I said? Damn. Someone rewind.
Interior art.
I guess, yeah, sure.
Oh man, everyone's voting for Powder Toast Man.
Oh, nice. All right, cool.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
All right, cool. All right, so we'll go with this for the cover.
Yeah.
So story. I mean, I think Kenny's has like a lot of stories, and they all seem pretty solid, and it has like a great writing staff.
Yeah, nice.
It's hard to argue with all that writing staff like that's on the Batman animated series.
It's stacked, man.
Yours does have fart jokes in it.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I could read some of those puns.
Depends what you're
Really
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, honestly, like I would not vote for mine for any of them, but please do. I appreciate the support.
I was trying to think of which category I would give Gen 13 because I was going to feel bad to not give you one score.
Best hooves, best
hooves,
best partial nudity, best incest subplot.
Yeah,
it has the potential for best art, but
you would think so because it's Campbell, but not yet. He was still learning. All right, so overall, let's do an overall vote. Which book is the best? Vote now.
Yeah, overall.
Fairchild is all natural.
Which book is the best?
Best overall, I'm gonna go with Batman. Like I want to read all those stories, man, and like the art looks amazing in that.
Yeah, it's a good read, man.
Gen 13 is most akin to Game of Thrones, Chris Barrett said.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is up, the great legend?
Favorite story, The Ventriloquist.
Got votes for Batman. Best flotation devices, Gen 13 Bubs Comics says. Best overall Batman. I think it's going to be probably a pretty clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to take anything away from Ren City, it sounded really fun, but
No, yeah.
84. Yeah. I'm calling it.
Give that man a trophy.
Oh,
Did you win last time too?
I think. What happened last time?
I forget what
I don't
book
know.
I was fourth. Oh no, I definitely didn't win because.
Oh, I won last time. I had the.
Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely did
I
not.
had this one. Right? Is that what I had last time? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Or did I?
Did no?
Or did I had this one? I could have had this one.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
No, you had a different.
I had this one.
The Bagley
I had
Spider.
this one, dude. Yeah, it was this one.
That definitely.
Yeah,
won. Yep.
yeah, that's what it was.
Because I had that Travis Charest, Wildcats, X-Men, black and white.
Yeah.
You know, here's that Dazzler. Because you
Turok
demanded
one, which I'm
the
still standing
last
by.
issue.
Because you demanded the last issue.
Last issue, yeah.
Because no one demanded it. I love that, just having these two next to each other.
I still may bring my Turok one to be double signed.
Yes, do it. I think you got it, man. That's pretty,
Right, who
pretty
worked on that
fun,
one?
man.
Bart Sears and David Michelini.
Legend.
Well, what's that? That's about all we got for this week, right? Unless you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the band back together. You know, we ran through some '90s books.
And then who knows what's going to happen next week? It's. I feel like it's going to be more fun to be a surprise than it is to be like talk about it the week before.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, not we have to talk about it ahead of time, but for the chat, they're like they don't. Oh, what is it going to be? It's good. Oh, it could be anything.
Because I told you, like last week, I went out and bought like a bunch of $90s comics. So like they're all like foil graphics, and I think there might be all like Valiant and Image, like terrible stuff, like probably bad stories, but they're still in the bag because one of these smells like cat pee, and I can't figure out which one it is. So guess what? It's just gonna stay in the bag forever.
Just throw them all out. No
yeah,
way.
I'm just gonna throw them all away eventually. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Go to Goodwill or something. Yeah, so
I know.
that was a fun experience digging through the dollar bin.
Don't Goodwill some poor.
It can change some kid's life that already smells like pee. You don't know.
Oh, okay. That's good. A lot of kids smell like pee.
Yeah,
kids
you know, you never know.
You guys have anything to plug? I know it's kind of a short week with us going away this weekend, but
Wow. Oh man. I guess
You're
we
Unlimited?
have we have Unlimited on Wednesday still. I think JD wants to talk about, I forget what comic it was. It was an independent comic from a guest we had on recently, but it's like issue 2. But, hey, I'm trying to remember what it was. So my bad, JD. But yes, we'll find out on Wednesday. And I'm not sure how many comics I'll be able to read or do anything on Wednesday. I'll be working a lot. Been working a lot this week. So we'll see. But if not, I'll see you guys there at Baltimore Comic-Con.
hell yeah. Kenny?
Yeah. You know, Graders Notes is going down this Thursday. John Byrne, Namor #1, I believe.
Nice.
Is the book. I could be there. You know, I'm leaving very early Friday morning
Same.
to catch like a bus and stuff.
No, Papa.
So we'll see. Oh, cameo.
Cameo.
Bird's eyes. Graders Notes.
I've got
Tune in.
Greatest Notes. Definitely check it out. It's a great show. I got book club on Wednesday. It's going to be on John's channel. We're doing Spider-Man #2. Our guest is going to be Los.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Because my new catchphrase for the show is #2s are the new #1s. I'm still working on that one.
Gotta patent it. Trademark.
I was waiting for the.
Cool. So we will be doing a lot from Baltimore this weekend. Hope to see everyone there who's coming, and hope to see you all in chats if we try to go live. I don't know how it's exactly going to work, but it'll be a fun time. And look forward to seeing both of you, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
All right. Well, enjoy your evenings, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.
Later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit this twice.